capitalizing on the breakdown in social networks. So even though Donald Trump at this moment seems to openly hate one group, presidents have always done that. They've always had a hatred for different groups, but they've been able to mask it by going behind this kind of veil where you felt that there was very little transparency, but you felt they were doing the job. Donald Trump and social media is now saying the things that we're saying in private out loud. We always knew America was racist. We always knew white supremacy was working. We always knew that governments wanted to continue to oppress. We always knew that. So all we're getting now is a confirmation of what we always knew. So I tell people, hey, let's stand in the fact that this is nothing different. This has been the plan in this country, save for the 10 years of Reconstruction that they so hated that they came back with lynchings and cross burnings. It has always been to tie capitalism to the labor that is vested in Black bodies. That's why our theme for this year, for 2025, is Black labor. Because we're talking about the fact that this country has always benefited off of our labor and our bodies. Slavery is capitalism in motion. It's the beginning of capitalism. So we can kind of complain about it. We can be concerned. I'm not saying you are complaining. Feel like we don't know what's happening. How did this happen? It happened because we've been moving toward this moment, because we never dealt with the original sin of slavery. And if you never get right with that, and you continue to mask over it with one program, then you roll it back, you put another program, without getting to the root of what drives this country, which is slavery, which created capitalism, which allowed white supremacy and fascism to grow. It's still about exploiting our labor.
That's right.
And let's talk about, okay, go ahead, Daryl.
That wasn't me.
Oh, okay. So let's talk about, the fact that, voter suppression, voter ID, moving polling places, purging real voters off the rolls, doing everything you can to block people's ability to vote for those who are disabled, not, making accommodations, all the evil that we see. We got to be one thing that we got to remember is that the reason why this country is in crisis is because we are at a tipping point where people of color, that is Black people, first of all, Latino people, are more numerous in numbers, are becoming more numerous in numbers than white Americans. And even though we're not at that level yet, it still frightens people when they look at it. That's why the white replacement theory, folks, is so powerful in this society right now. And it's so important for us to remember that fascism never exists without a hated other. They always got to have somebody you hate. Somebody that you hate for religious reasons or for racial reasons, somebody that you hate, somebody that you're able to dehumanize, to make people feel that they're threatened by this person. By this, and when I say person, I mean communities, populations of people. And so it's so important for us to remember that, and that the African American face has always been the other. And now a lot of people are like, oh, well, they're mad at the immigrants, and those immigrants aren't, Black people. Don't fall for it, folks. They started off talking about the Haitians. They're Black. I want you to be very clear that every person that when they come for us in the morning, for one group, in the afternoon, they'll come for you in the morning. Don't believe somehow that you're insulated, because one thing Dr. Kaye said, and I don't know if people heard it, that in this year, 300,000 Black women have lost their jobs. Nobody's talking about it. 300,000, 108,000 in the first 100 days of this administration, and now 300,000. I mean, it's subtle, but they're coming for all of us. And I need, for all of us to understand that. So, Karen, as we end our show, what is it that you want to say to people about this bill? Because the one thing that I keep saying, that 1.1 trillion cut in social programs, guess what? The permanent tax cuts for the rich is the same amount of money, $1.1 trillion in tax cuts for the rich. So, Karen, what do you want to say as that you want to make sure everybody knows about this big, ugly bill so that when we get around to voting, we vote our best interests?
Thank you, Barbara, for the opportunity to be with you today. And I would just remind those who are listening that the CBO score is always less than what the actual reality will be in the long run.
Woo-hoo.
So it's saying $1 trillion now, count on 2. It's going to be worse. And that way it affects everyone around us. And in this big, beautiful bill of hate, we need to be reminded that hate is not a policy, it's a poison. And we've seen what happens when the nation drinks it. And that's where we are. I would petition us to remember that the 33% or so who didn't bother to vote in the last election, that is part of the voter suppression, and it's our responsibility to get to them. Because had they bothered, we would not be in this position today.
Thank you. 19 million people did not vote. 19 million who were registered, I'm just saying facts, were registered as Democrats. 19 million did not vote. Over, in total, almost 100 million people didn't vote. It's very tragic. And thank you, Karen, for making that point, because John Lewis would have reminded everybody that the vote is, what did he say? Precious. Almost sacred. Tell us, Eboni, as you are preparing to host this mighty event next week, as you're doing what has to be done, what do you want to say to the nation right now? What do you want them to know and to understand how why this is so important to show up and be seen next week?
Of course. Congressman Lewis, he once said, "It's not us, then who? It's not now, then when?" Right? So,
go ahead, sis.
I thought you would appreciate that. So, for anyone that, millennial, Gen Zs, anyone, we have to be more informed. We have to be empowered, because this is our fight. If it's voting rights, it's the education, it's the climate, everything is our fight. It's our fight. And we have to do it. Because if it's not us, then who?
My. And how do people get in touch with you? How do people get in touch with you? Somebody in Miami said, I want to go. How do they find out about your event? Tell them how they can, become involved around the country in this.
Well, of course, if you want to be involved anywhere in the country, you can just go to goodtroubleliveson.org. I'll spell it out for you. GOODTROUBLELIVESON.org. Or you can contact me directly at Eboni, that's EBONI, at BLAmovement.org. I'm accessible at any time via email, and I'm looking forward to everyone getting activated on July 17th.
We're so grateful to you. Karen, how do people get in touch with you?
Well, we have 2 events, one that we're doing virtual on goodtroubleliveson.org as well, too. But you can reach me at C as in Charles, B as in boy, M as in man, national.org, cbmnational.org.
All right, and Dr. Kaye, your parting words, and how do people, and you already told people how to get in touch with you, but do it again. Go ahead, Dr. Kaye.
No problem. Thank you so much, Barbara. For my parting words, I like to remind people that history has its eye on us. and that this is the moment where we have to do everything that we can do to hold the line. I have no belief, I have no faith that I'm going to be alive when these changes happen, because it's easy to break what has been set up. It's much harder to repair it. But I need people to understand that we're planting seeds for trees that will never give us shade. We need to be gardeners at this moment, planting the seeds for the trees for the children of our children to sit under. If you want to join us in our fight, you want to come to Nashville, you want to run to where the fight is going to happen, either join us in person in Nashville, which is coming up in just a couple of weeks, July 20th, or you want to join us virtually on August 10th, reach out to me at Karsonya, Karsonya.Whitehead, as it sounds, Karsonya.Whitehead at AAPF.org, or go right online to AAPF.org to get the information.
All right. Daryl, take us home. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Barbara. What an excellent show we've had. Certainly want to thank Eboni Jean Charles for all that she's doing down in Miami, Florida, and holding it tight down there. Certainly want to thank Dr. Karen McRae and all that she's doing with Concerned Black Men of America, as well as the organizations and the structures and the activations that she's going to be holding on July the 17th. Want to certainly thank Dr. Kaye and Dr. Kaye Whitehead for all that she does. And you can always hear her on WEAA if you're in the Baltimore area, WEAA 88.9 FM radio. Folks, let me tell you, we say it. It's time to get off the sidewalks, into the streets, and get into the action. Dr. Kaye said history has its eye on us. While history has its eye on us, Gen Alpha has their eyes on us. They want to see how we rise up, how we handle this moment. Let July 17th be part of that moment, part of that demonstration, part of what you show the children how they should handle adversity. This is that moment, folks. Go to goodtroubleliveson.org, goodtroubleliveson.org. Find an activation near you. If you're uncomfortable going out, there are activations that are virtual that you can be a part of. All of it is available at goodtroubleliveson.org. Folks, if you can make it out to Nashville, make it out to Nashville. I know it's going to be off the hook learning and everything else and all the experiences that they have going on out there. Until next Tuesday, noon, Eastern Standard Time, as we love to say, get off those sidewalks, get into the streets, get in some good trouble, and let's make America the best version of itself that it can possibly be. Until next week, folks, peace.
Peace and everybody. Thank you.
Preceding program was paid for by Barbara Arnwine.
Assembled in the cage of doom. Algebra 2, foreign languages, and biology. Who among you will step up to their challenge?
Yeah, I'll do it. Me too. Sign me up.
Take on the tough classes now. You need them to prepare for college. Find out which classes you need at knowhowtogo.org.
Brought to you by the American Council on Education, Lumina Foundation for Education, and the Ad Council.
In this one small world, we share together.
There are lots of good things we can still share.
We can share hope.
We can share laughter. We can share encouragement.
We can share inspiration.
We can share unity.
We can share healing.
We can share joy.
We can share love.
We can share truth.
So during these times, we can't forget.
We can beat this together.
Because together,
we are one.
News Talk 1450 and 95.9 WOL with the Carl Nelson Show. Weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. Reverend Al Sharpton keeping it real from 1 to 4 p.m. And the Tavis Smiley Show from 4 to 7 p.m. Download our mobile app and take us everywhere you are or listen live at WOLDCnews.com. The news and issues that matter to you most from Carl Nelson, Reverend Al Sharpton, and Tavis Smiley on 1450 and 95.9 WOL. 1450 WOL, Washington, D.C. 95.9 W240DJ, WMMJ HD3, WDCJ FM HD3, and worldwide at WOL DC News.